We back.
Yeah, we back. Back-to-back years. Griftees, right here, 2021. The often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest award show on earth, the Griftees.
Did you miss us? I love being back. I love being in this role. Ladies and gentlemen, Griftees is coming soon. Subscribe, like, share. We're coming at you soon. We back.
Yeah, we back. Back-to-back years. Griftees, right here, 2021. The often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest award show on earth, the Griftees.
Did you miss us? I love being back. I love being in this role. Ladies and gentlemen, Griftees is coming soon. Subscribe, like, share. We're coming at you soon. Oh, baby. Griftees is coming. Griftees is coming. Griftees is coming. In fact, get this mic closer. Hold on. Boom. Cool. In fact, hope I'm not spiking on your end, people. In fact, I just watched the Griftees. I got the final edit just now from Taylor. Did an amazing job. I watched it. There were some parts that I could have asked him to edit, and I was like, nah, let's just keep it, man, and see how the people feel. And because no, like, you guys won't notice it. Only I would notice it because you're super critical of yourself. But I was like, why make Taylor go through the trouble? He already did an amazing job. He's done so much for us already. Why would I be nitpicky like that? The show's amazing. Super hilarious. We got great special guests. I'm not going to spoil that. You have to watch the show if you do want to see the Griftees. However, I'm going to need you to go to the Hotep Nation channel. Thank you, Kashonda. I appreciate you. She says she watched yesterday's show and she adores this show. Make sure you're subscribed if you're chatting in the chat. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I'm just trying to get my vibes right. If I'm spiking on your end, let me know. If I'm sounding too loud on your end, please let me know. I'm just trying to adjust my levels here. For those that are not aware, I am
that Hotep Jesus dude. That Hotep Jesus dude.
Oh, baby. Got a wonderful presentation lined up for you today, as always. Hold on, let me get my screens right. You know how we start this show off. We got to show love to the people that show love. And I didn't have to ask, but if you share today's stream, hit the share button. It's like a little arrow. Share it to Twitter. Tag me, at Hotep Jesus. Put a snazzy little headline in there. I'll pop you up on the screen and retweet. Let you get your grift on. Let you get your clout for the day. Let you hit the clout for the day. I really need to organize these things. Let's move this here. And let's move this here so I stop hitting stuff by accident. Okay, cool. So now that that's all situated. Hold on, let me check on the chat one more time. Make sure everybody's good. Sounds clear, crystal clear? Okay. Zombie said he appreciates my point of view. Thank you. Def Jules is listening on the road. Appreciate you. I'm unemployed, so if you guys drop me a few shekels, it's always appreciated. Super chat or Cash App $ Hotep Jesus. And you can support me by purchasing one of my books. Go to briansharp.co, BRYANSHARPE, or hotepjesus.com. Purchase one of my books. I have 3 I published already, working on 4 and 5 this year. Maybe 2 will drop this year, who knows. So now that we've paid the bills and got that stuff out of the way, as you all know, we got to dive into some trending topics. See what's happening in the world before we get into our main topics. Almost had a heart attack today. No jab. Dolly Parton was trending. I was like, oh no, not Dolly. Not Dolly with a fine ass. Dolly Parton's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Dolly. Voting rights. If you guys watched any of the previous streams here, they're still pushing the voting rights. Voting rights. As I told you before. Oh my God, look at this white man grifting. He's probably got BLM in his bio. Let's see what it says. Executive director at Demcast. You can never trust it. It works for HuffPo. Democracy is neat. Democracy is not neat, Nick. Stop it. Democracy is mob rule. It is ruled by the majority. Now, if we lived under your democracy, I'd probably be in a gulag. You'd hate my black ass. You raging racist. So he says Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat. Dr. King refused to give up to let go of his dream. John Lewis refused to be deterred by police brutality as he marched for voting rights. That was a publicity stunt, by the way. If you want Senate Dems to refuse to back down today, our team replied with the hashtag voting rights for the people. Screw your voting rights and your voting rights bill. Anyway, let's continue. Heat 2. Distraction. Today's Mac Miller's birthday. R.I.P. to the great Mac Miller. Gone but not forgotten and will be missed. Not a distraction. National Popcorn Day, distraction. Typhlosion, distraction. Sotomayor is correcting things. Looks like there was a bit of fake news. We talked about this yesterday. We said Sotomayor asked this gentleman to put on his face diaper. And it looks like today, Justice Sonia Sotomayor said in a statement Wednesday that she did not ask Justice Neil M. Gorsuch to wear a face diaper. But she also did not give her reasons for participating in oral arguments remotely from her chambers instead of on the bench. So we got a bit of fake news that dropped yesterday. Supreme Court Press Information Office released a rare short statement attributed to the two justices, reporting that Justice Sotomayor asked Justice Gorsuch to wear a mask. Surprised us. It is false. While we may sometimes disagree about the law, we are warm colleagues and friends, it said. So, gotta be careful, people. Fake news abound. Progress is trending. I know one place that progress isn't happening, and that's in Congress. President Joe Biden made progress on a number of his campaign promises, from rebuilding U.S. alliances. What? To distributing the vacation across America and the world. Here's a look at where he stands on some of his key promises. Let's take a look at this. Let's look at here what they say are these. Let me fix your screen up. He's alleged. Faith Thomas said it's 11:15 a.m. in the morning. I usually don't use my iPad until 1 p.m. but for you, I'll make an exception. Hey, I love it. What's this? Get this out of here. Stop it. During his first year in office, President Biden took action on a number of key campaign promises on rebuilding U.S. alliances globally. What is this? Some of the world's national. What? All he did was give an address. Fake news. But others remain works in progress. That's particularly true. All right, so this is obviously some PR management trying to get some control over his negative ratings, like 30% approval rating. So this is obviously something that the powers that be cooked up. They got two writers on this today, Alexandra Jaffe and Amir Madani. And they obviously cooked this up to help him out a little bit. And then they pushed it and got it trending, got progress trending. All right, fake news. Boycott Carhartt. Hey, let's participate in this. Let's go ahead and let's tweet that out. I'm going to go ahead and tweet that out. Let's do it. Why not? I don't buy it, but hey, I support the cause. That's done. Astroworld's being talked about because allegedly that's the first time people have died at a concert. This French actor has died at 37 after a ski accident. RIP, man. It's sad. I love public schools is trending. This is obviously propaganda against Hotep Nation. That's obviously what that is. Why? Why would I say that? Many of you know why and what I'm about to do and what I'm about to pull up on the screen. Because we're all about homeschooling. This is about homeschooling. And what are these people talking about? I love public schools. Nobody loves public schools. Martina Marcata tweets. Good follow, by the way. When did the left go from public schools or brainwashing institutions to I love public schools? Ooh, wow. Spicy. This person says, I love public schools. This hashtag is so funny because I have yet to see one student to give a positive reason on why they love their school without a staff member holding up a phone to them and asking them to list reasons. Every day you go to World Star Quality. Every day you got to see a World Star Quality fight happen right here. The fight's happening in the stairwells. So obviously this is more propaganda and nobody actually loves public schools. We are all about homeschooling. If you want to contribute to our mission, we have 37 donors already. We've raised $2,500 and we appreciate everybody contributing to that. Thank you. Cash App Wisdom. My Cash App is $ Hotep Jesus. We just got a super chat, man. I didn't think I was going to get any of these anymore. Shout out to Breezy for the first super chat of the day. Thank you. He said, democracy is a mostly bloodless civil war. Civil war is how the Romans pick new emperors. Nothing neat about it. Man, Breezy's on point. Breezy's super on point. Hold on real fast. Let me check my mentions for people who have shared this stream. Let me give you some love right here. Thank you, Ted DeFiasi. I see what you did there. Uh-oh. Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren's the GOAT. Can we cancel Don Lennon already? Tune in and find out. Let's go, Hotep Jesus. I'm going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. Let's finish going through the trending topics. Apparently there's going to be a new TV series called Lord of the Rings, from the Lord of the Rings series, The Rings of Power. Distraction. Oh, this is Jenny is trending. Why is Jenny trending? Oh, no, that's not my family. That's how many rioters I've hit. Oh my God. Let's look at this. This looks interesting. Could be a distraction. Real Housewives of whatever SLC is. Star faces black guys with controversial posts. Fans are calling fired from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City? There's housewives out there? I mean, no, there's people in Salt Lake City. Let alone people of color. After several controversial social media posts appearing to promote White Lives Matter from 2020 resurfaced this week. Oh my God. She's promoting White Lives Matter? And I just called her a POC. Wow. Over a 6-month span in 2020, amid the ongoing Black Lives Matter protests, allegedly posted memes, including ones that she was against the BLM. Looks like she is all about White Lives Matter. Very interesting. Shout out to Jenny. I like her already. Let's continue. Okay, so this just, who's Tabron? I don't know who that is. Distraction, Dodge, distraction. New York Attorney General. Let's dive into this. So it says New York Attorney General seeks testimony from Donald Trump and family members after finding significant evidence of financial fraud. I feel like this is going to be a huge nothing burger. I mean, I'm going to guess that Trump doesn't show up and his attorneys handle this. New York Attorney General Letitia, or as Uncle Hotep would say, Letitia, Letitia James, on Tuesday announced that her office has found significant evidence, quote unquote, significant evidence, that the Trump organization used fraudulent and misleading asset evaluations. Asset valuations are actually things that are usually made up. So I don't know how she's going to be able to prove this. To obtain economic benefits for years, James added that her office has taken legal action to force the former president and his children, Donald Trump Jr. and Ivanka Trump, to comply with the investigation into the Trump organization's financial dealings. The allegations were presented in a court filing on Tuesday, where the court was asked to enforce the subpoenas to obtain the testimony of the Trumps. I'm going to go ahead and jump out the window and said Trumps probably won't be showing up to that. You're going to need more than what you got. Yu-Gi-Oh! Distraction. Tall Girl TV show on Netflix. Distraction. Callahan. Fans wish content creator Callahan happy birthday. Okay, happy birthday, Callahan, maybe. Eberfluss. Distraction. Don Lemon. We're going to be talking about Don Lemon in just a moment. Silk Sonic has a Las Vegas residency. Congratulations. Cardi B is offered to pay the burial costs of all 17 people killed in a fire that ripped through New York City high rise. This was in the Bronx. Yeah, I believe Fat Joe raised over $1 million for that cause. Shout out to Cardi B for doing something good for the community. Mark Kelly's trying. Who else? Mark Kelly. Senator Mark Kelly supports change to Senate's filibuster rule. Oh, let's read this. This looks juicy. So it says here, Senator will support a change to the filibuster rule. The Arizona Republic has learned, showing for the first time a willingness to bend on an issue that has tied the Senate in knots for a year as the Democratic legislative agenda has stalled. Kelly, who is up for re-election this year, will back a talking filibuster rule only for the proposed voting rights legislation that he co-sponsors, a bill to impose federal regulations on voting that would effectively block Republican changes in states is expected to fail because two other Democrats have voiced opposition to changing rules to enact bills on party lines. One is his seatmate, Senator Kristen Sinema. Kelly began signaling support in recent weeks for changing the status quo. In the evenly divided chamber, only as it relates to the freedom of actors. At the same time, he has pushed back against political attacks on Arizona's popular vote by mail system, which came under withering attacks led by former President Donald Trump and many supporters in 2020 election and aftermath. But until Wednesday, the senator has avoided answering specifically where he stood on proposed changes to filibuster, where 60 votes are necessary to get most bills through 50-50 support, through the 50-50 chamber, Chuck Schumer announced his intent to create an exception to the filibuster for the bills with a talking filibuster to hold the floor after Republicans block advancement of the bills. The move would effectively allow a simple majority vote instead of the current 60 vote threshold. A simple majority vote. Interesting. Majority votes. Yeah, that would work in the Dems' favor since they hold Senate. Interesting. A lot of changes being made. So here he says, if campaign finance and voting rights reforms are blocked again this week, I will support the proposed changes to pass them with the majority vote. Protecting the vote by mail system used by a majority of Arizonans and getting dark money out of our elections is too important to let fall victim to Washington dysfunction. He continues, whether the Senate fails or succeeds in passing legislation, I will continue doing this job just as I promised Arizonans, delivering results by working with Republicans and Democrats to find common ground on the infrastructure, standing on party politics, Kelly said, All right. You guys know where we stand as far as that voting rights act is concerned. Bunch of hogwash. Some more distractions. All right, let's get into today's presentation. Let me check on the chat. Everybody good? Everybody good? Cool, everybody good. All right, let me dive in here. So we're gonna pull up the two Don Lemon clips. Let me pull up the shorter one first. Let's Pop that one open. Pause. Especially when we're talking about Don Lemon. Yeesh. Let's pause the homie Ami. Let's see what Don has to say.
We have to start doing things for the greater good of society and not for idiots who think that they can do their own research or that they are above the law and they can break the rules. Australia, Novak Djokovic, Australia said, no. We're going to look at the greater good of everyone in our society, and you're not part of that. We have to start.
First problem is the greater good. So as you know, we look things up on this channel. So let's type in, let's see what our overlords at Google have to say about the greater good and what that means. And let's see, people ask, what does it mean? From the Lawman Dictionary, a general advantage against losing or harming someone. So I guess basically, I'll just take a guess here at what the greater good means. Basically, what they're saying is whatever society you live in, nation, grouping of individuals, whatever benefits the majority is best. Whatever benefits the majority is best. So again, this comes back to democracy. This comes back to the evil idea of democracy. Mob rule. But the second part of this is the most important part. And the most important part is the fact that who gets to be the arbiter of what's the greater good? What is the greater good? I mean, when we look at Australia, people are bucking against the system. They're protesting. They don't like the mandates. So who gets to decide what the greater good is? Is it Stalin? Is it Mao? Is it Hitler? Xi Jinping? Kim Jong-un? Biden? Who gets to decide? Who gets to decide the greater good? That's what we need to know. That's all we need to know. Who gets to decide who the greater good is? And it just seems very dictatorial. The aristocrats get to make decisions for the rest of us, even though we don't want to go along with it after they brainwashed everybody on the left and made them go out and get jabbed up. They went and got their vacation. But Don Lemon's talking about the greater good. But who gets to decide what that greater good is? That's the first problem with, or the second problem, I should say the main problem with what he said. Don Lemon, do you get to decide what the greater good is? I hope not. I hope not. The other part of this that's alarming is their own research. He says, idiots who think they can do their own research. Ladies and gentlemen, Don Lemon, CNN, mainstream media, they don't want you thinking for yourself. They don't want you doing research for yourself. They want you to just listen to them. They want you to take what they say as fact and never do any research on their own. Don't know anything. Don't be smart. Don't be informed. Don't question anything. Fall in line. That's what they want. They want you to fall in line. Right here, you'll see the menofwater.com logo, Men of Water. Great things happening. New website coming soon. Make sure I get in tune. Don Lemon definitely needs this. But do you think they can do their own research? We can, Don, and we will. The great people who watch the Hoteps definitely will be doing their own research. We can't trust you. We definitely can't trust you. Let's watch the second clip.
Inevitably, you get the politicians, especially the ones in Washington now, who are blocking the people's access to the voting booth, and they want to use Dr. King conveniently. They're the biggest hypocrites on the planet. Because if Cinema and Manchin really want to honor the legacy of Dr. King and all of the people who fought for civil rights and voting rights in this country, what they would do is do a carve-out for voting rights with the filibuster. That's what they would do. But for some reason, they are mired in tradition and they are stuck with these rules that are backwards. And as the former president said at John Lewis's memorial service, these are relics of Jim Crow. The filibuster has been used to block civil rights legislation forever. And so we need to stop that. We evolved. Just because there is a rule doesn't mean that that rule can't change. The Constitution is amended. So it's time to amend the rules and fight and protect the most sacred right that we have as Americans, and that is the right to vote.
Democrats are going to force them to, it seems.
Wait. Whoa. What did he just say? He said protect our most sacred right, which is the right to vote. That's our most sacred right. No, I don't think America was set up like that. Life, liberty. We have a right to freedom. We have a right to freedom of speech. We have the right to bear arms. Voting is probably the least important right that we have. It's just establishing a stronger government. What is wrong with this guy? It's terrible. Let's go back to the clip, man.
Teams vote on that rule change, and as of now they've said nope, we're not going to do it. Does it mean anything to you that they will have to be on the record?
Yes,
as saying
it does.
That?
It does. And I have the quote. I read this last night on my show, and it's a quote from Dr. King from the Birmingham jail, and it's from 1963, and it could be today. And he says, I have almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the Negro's great stumbling block in this stride to freedom is not toward freedom is not the white Citizens Council or the Ku Klux Klan, but the white moderate who is more devoted to order, than to justice, who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, to a positive peace, which is the presence. Quote from Dr. King from than to justice, who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, to a positive peace, which is the presence of justice, who constantly says, I agree with you in the goal that you seek, but I cannot agree with your methods or direct action, who paternalistically believes that he can set the timetable for another man's freedom, who lives by a mythical concept of time, and who constantly advises a Negro to wait for a more convenient season. That sounds like the moderates, right? Not now. We can't change the rules because the rules are tradition, but we're going to block people from the voting. And you're supposed to be a Democrat who espouses to the ideals of Dr. King. That's BS. Sorry, it's in the morning. I can say that at night.
This guy. Jabari, Judah, $2. You said Don Sweet Tarts Lemon. The Thunder's down. Thank you. He said voting is a basic function in any democratic system. Exactly. It's not a right. It's a basic function. This is subconsciously how they brainwash people, right? Because somebody's gonna hear that and they're gonna talk to somebody else and say, "Oh, our most important right is the right to vote." Nah, the most important right is to be secure in your person, the right to private property, the right to privacy, the right to pack that thing, the right to say what you want, publish what you want. Jabari, thank you. He said voting is virtue signaling and just symbolic, right? Boulez on TV never talks about reparations, abolishing business taxes in black areas, or setting up computers as coding schools in Shaw neighborhood. They don't want to change anything. These people are scam artists, man. These people are scam artists. They don't actually want to change anything. They just want to stay in power. And the only way they can stay in power is if people stay in poverty. So they really don't want to help. They just pretend to help. And the uninformed believe these people, believe in these people, believe these people are here to help They get their information from these people, and all these people do is keep people in a circle, run around in a circle like goddamn gerbils. Let's go on. So that's the lemon clip, which is quite interesting because something different is happening in the UK. Let's go to the clip. Let's see what Boris has to say. Hold on, Ami, we gotta pause you real quick. Let's see what Mr. Boris has to say.
We can return to Plan A in England and allow Plan B regulations to expire. As a result, from the start of Thursday next week, mandatory certification will end. Organisations can, of course, choose to use the NHS COVID pass voluntarily, but we will end the compulsory use of COVID status certification in England. From now on, the government is no longer asking people to work from home. And people should now speak to their employers about arrangements for returning to the office. And having looked at the data carefully, the Cabinet concluded that once regulations lapse, the government will no longer mandate the wearing of face masks anywhere. Mr. Speaker.
They happy about that. They tired of wearing them face diapers.
Mr. Speaker, from tomorrow we will no longer require face masks in classrooms, and the Department for Education will shortly remove national guidance on their use in communal areas. In the country at large, we will continue to suggest the use of face coverings in enclosed or crowded spaces, particularly when you come into contact with people you don't normally meet, but we will trust the judgment of the British people and no longer criminalise anyone who chooses not to wear one. The government will also ease restrictions further on visits to care homes, and my right honourable friend, the Secretary of State for Health and Social Care, will set out plans in the coming days. Mr. Speaker, as we return to Plan A, the House will know that some measures still remain, including those on self-isolation.
All right, first of all, let's just be clear. Boris in the UK, you guys get no credit for doing the right thing. You should have never had these mandates in the first place. So let's just get that out the way. So I'm not going to sit here and congratulate or clap or yay or anything like that. These scumbags should have been did this. It never should have been a mandate. You guys said 2 weeks to slow the curve. That's what I heard. But I got to ask Don Lemon a question. Don, does Boris Johnson care about the greater good of the people of the UK? Does the UK care about the greater good of the people of the UK? Because they are no longer mandating these things. While you, on the other hand, you hate people like me. You hate people who do their own research and think for themselves. Yet. I had to bring Mozart back. Just need that. Yet the UK has ended the mandates. I wonder why, though. I wonder why. Who is the person in power that say, hey, yo, all right, this is over with. We've collected enough data. I need to make money. I need to do this. I need to do that. I don't know what's going on, but I'd love to be a fly on the wall to find out why that decision was suddenly made. Let's go back. So speaking of the greater good, let's pull this up. This is actually hilarious. So in a propaganda push, there's actually a research team at a Cardiff University that says wearing masks makes you more attractive. Now, I'm sure this guy right here would definitely look more attractive with a mask on because his teeth are jacked up. And that's really what this comes down to. We're not going to listen. Actually, let's listen to him. Let's listen to his illogic. Shout out to JJ Boogie.
What we've found is that in the past, when people put a surgical face mask on, this cues people to think of there's a disease present, and that will make people judge the face as being less attractive. What happens now is that when people see someone with a mask, they're no longer being cued that there is a disease there, but what they're doing is they're seeing people as being more attractive. The experiment took place in February 20.
All right, that's enough of this bullshit. Let's just be honest, people. You cover half of people's. Matter of fact, I remember they did this. I watched a cartoon once. I think it was Bugs Bunny when I was a kid, and it was like I guess a Indian woman in a harem or whatever, and her face was covered, right? Like she had this like face covering, and then. In another scene, she takes it off and her teeth are all jacked up and you're like, but before that, you're like, oh, wow, this is an attractive person. Yes, people are going to be more attractive if you cover up half their face because they're an ugly person. If you take an ugly person and you cover up their face, they're going to be more attractive. So this is the propaganda of common sense that they're using to try and push for. They're doing anything, man, and just push these face diapers. This is just disgusting. Let's go on. Let's move on. So, speaking of the greater good, Don Lemon has mentioned the greater good. Let's see if these young ladies are included in the greater good.
Hello, my name is Ella Nahum, and I'm a student at New West Charter School, and I'm here with 5 other girls. 4 of them are freshmen, 1 is a junior, I'm a sophomore, and we're being threatened to be suspended because we don't have the COVID-19 vaccine, and we're being refused of the right to attend school.
We feel segregated and discriminated.
And we're being closed off by this caution tape-like thing. We're being segregated from the rest of the school. Yeah.
Is that the greater good, Don Lemon? What happened to feminism? So it says here, according to Let Them Breathe, unvaxxed students at the New West Charter LA segregated behind barriers and not allowed to attend class. They asked for chairs and were denied and are sitting on the pavement, not allowed to even use the restroom. LAPD is on site but not intervening. Litigation from Let Them Choose already pending. Wow. 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 They got these young ladies behind caution tape, quarantined like they're zombies. This is wild. This is wild, yo. This is real wild. Charter school. They said, "Oh, y'all don't want to get the punch? Sit outside." This is what democracy does to the minority. Listen to what she says. Listen to what this young lady said.
And
right
we're
here.
being refused of the right to attend school.
We feel segregated and discriminated.
She feels segregated and discriminated. That's what democracy does, Don Lemon. That's what happens when you talk about the greater good. This is what you do. This is what you do to people. This is what they did to black people back in the day for the greater good. Jim Crow was for the greater good. Don Lemon. Look at this. Look at this. This is outside. They got him, look. They got him sitting on the ground. Fair use. They got him sitting on the ground. This is wild. These are young ladies. I mean, it wouldn't be much better if they were boys, but is this how we treat girls in our country, women in our country, ladies in our country, females in our country? Is this how we treat them? This is terrible. This is terrible. All because they won't go get the punch. This is the America we're creating. This is the America we are creating. This is the America that liberals are creating. Let me catch up on the super chats. Cassius Cam the right to not participate. Right. Exactly. Waste Talent Podcast. Thank you. He said every time they want to sell some BS, they throw MLK in. That's why you can't idolize so-called leaders. Word. Every time they want to promote something, here come MLK. Here come MLK. P-Dog Knight said the only way they stay in power is to keep people in poverty. Hotep Jesus. Yes, sir. Inside of the Ages, thank you. He said pushing voting rights without promoting blockchain to ensure an accurate vote is a hostile takeover. Our vote is void if not verified. Ooh. Jabari of Judah said Eliza Blue already talked about how easy it is to kidnap masked school kids. So this thing is contributing to human trafficking. Jabari Judah, according to Thaddeus Russell, MLK hated the rainbow. Uh-oh. Funny that Don Sourpuss is quoting him. See what happens when you don't know your history? Oh yeah, I just got a new guest confirmed for this Friday. They like to paraphrase history and pick out the parts that they like. Tory Nix is coming on the platform Friday. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I got a little theme going this year for the interview. So January has been all black women, or I guess they call them women of color. So we had Gothics on, Kim Klacik, and this Friday we're going to get Tory Nix. If you guys have somebody else, I think we have one more Friday left in this month. Let's go here. Yeah, we have one more Friday in this month. And I'd like to get another black woman on the platform. If you have somebody that you'd like to see on, let me know. I might just get Sonny Johnson just to round it off. That might be, you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to get Sonny Johnson. Everybody tag Sonny Johnson. Say, Hotep Jesus wants you on his channel on the 28th. That would be uber fire. And then next month's theme, we're going to interview men. Not by race, but we're going to interview my homies in the masculinity space. And that next month. I mean, just the fact that it's February and it's supposed to be Valentine's Day month or whatever. So we're going to bring on Coach EO. We're going to bring on BOA. I might bring Savo on. But yeah, stay tuned. It's going to be very interesting next month. We're going to get y'all right. Breezy said, if it is wrong for me to forcibly remove a Muslim woman's head covering so that I can feel safe, then the inverse must be true with mask mandates. Oh, man. Yes, friend of Sarah Connor, you are correct. Yes, she is. He said, bring Jap on again. I should bring Jap on again. I just want to make sure I didn't get, I did Coach Adams. I did Coach Greg Adams. I did Jap. I just want to make sure there's somebody I'm not missing before I do repeats. And I know I hadn't had BOA and Coach EO on. Donovan Sharp came on. So yeah, maybe I'll bring the Fresh and Fit boys on. Uh-oh. Ooh, that might be nice. Instead of me going there, they should come here. That would be fire. Talk about their issues with black women. How about that? How about that? I'm gonna cuss their ass out too. Clip that. Let's go back to the presentation. Where were we? If you have not, please hit the subscribe button. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at my subscriber count. It's been doing some funny things lately. I'll actually pull it up on the screen so you guys can see it. Let's go analytics, subscribers. Oh, we just hit 61,600. I was wondering when we're gonna see that 6 hit. We just hit 61,600. As you can see, it's been growing kind of slow. We had a big jump right here. I think a tweet went viral, something like that. But this is the live count. So if you're not subscribed, there it goes. We got another one. There we go, baby. I love it. I love it. So it's, as you see here, you know, it's just not growing too fast enough. But, you know, YouTube plays games, but it's all good. We're still going to beat the algorithm. We're still going to beat the machine. So that's our subscriber update. Let's get back to the presentation. Let me close out some tabs here. And then we'll take a look at, for anybody that's not aware, Hotep Nation, oops, sorry, wrong screen. Hotep Nation is dedicated to homeschooling America. That's our mission, 2022 and beyond. So if you'd like to support, we already have 37 donors. We've raised over $2,500. So if you want, go to hotepnation.com/donate and help us in our mission to homeschool America. That is the revolution. And as we saw earlier, they had I Love Public Schools trending. They really, let's see, is it still there? Yeah, see, it's number 11 now. I Love Public Schools. It's trending. Nobody actually likes public schools. They're terrible. They're terrible places to be. Oh, we got a new article. Let's pop this on the screen. We got a new article for Men of Order. Just hit the presses. Shout out to Ant. Says the NFL should do away with their expanded playoffs. I love it. I love it. If you're not subscribed right now, please subscribe to Men of Order. Follow Men of Order. A Sappington. This is for all things men. Our YouTube channel is dedicated to sports, but we cover it different from ESPN. And we have a great show coming up for you tonight as well. We're going to be talking about some of the jabby mandates for athletes. But you get real takes. You don't get that liberal, washed agenda you get over from people like Stephen A. Smith. So here's a big story of the day. At least from us, from my point of view, I think this is the big story today. And this is a big story today, just won't become a big story. Shout out to Uncle Hotep for putting this across my desk. And remind me to show you the Google results on this. So let's go to the presentation. Sarah Acho, in her latest post, here's what she wrote. Someone, a black woman, I believe she's African, who's going to be participating in the Olympics, or was going to be participating in the Olympics. She said, obviously, as you know, I'm trying to be transparent as I can, and now it's more important than ever. On December 22nd, I got my booster vacation because I didn't want to struggle with this. When the season started, I was told that it was safer to get the Miser to avoid cardiac side effects. On December 27th, I felt a tightness in the chest. So this is 5 days later, 22nd, 27th. 5 days later, she says, I felt a tightness in the chest and started feeling dizzy while walking up the stairs. An athlete, a track athlete, feeling dizzy walking up the stairs? This happened a few more times until I decided to check with the cardiologist, who diagnosed me with pericarditis, inflammation of the thin membrane surrounding the heart. I am now not allowed to get my heart rate up for a few weeks to allow my heart to rest and heal from the inflammation. I'm still doing everything I can with my coach to keep my muscles moving, and he's doing a great job. Thank you, Pat Sale. I have to admit that I am upset at the situation because we don't talk enough about the side effects. She says right here, we don't talk enough about the side effects. I feel helpless since this is completely out of my control. And this is what the liberal left wants. They want things to be completely out of your control and in their control. She says, I am glad. Now here's the PR. Here's the PR paragraph freeze. Clean this thing up so she doesn't get attacked by the liberal media, the left, the socialists, the Democrats, the communists, the snowflakes, etc. She says, I am glad the vacation helped avoid many deaths and reduce the pressure on the hospital and hospital staff. However, I am frustrated that myself, as well as other young and healthy people, are suffering from these side effects. I hope you understand why it's important for me to share. I'll keep you guys updated on the process. Let me know if you're experiencing the same. Let's help each other. This was posted 2 days ago by Sarah Acho. So, we look things up here. Let's go ahead. Let's head to the Google overlords. Let's type in Sarah Acho pericarditis. And let's see who's covered this. Boom. Says here, observatorial.com. Anybody ever heard of observatorial.com? This looks like a nondescript website. You can just tell there's like not much budget here. At the bottom here, they're still showing who their theme was made of. Shout out to them for covering this though. There's no name. It just says editor. So some nondescript website has published this article. They say the Swiss track and field athlete Sarah Acho has to take a break for several weeks. She's announced on Instagram because she's suffering from pericarditis. She'll be out for several weeks. According to a statement, she felt pain. The WHO points out that vacations against the bug are subject to extensive testing, allegedly. This news comes as a shock for this reason. According to a study from Israel, the risk of developing pericardial or myocardial inflammation after the vacation is significantly okay. Let me reread that. The risk of developing pericardial or myocardial inflammation after a bug infection is significantly greater, right? According to a study which included data from around 1.7 million people, the risk is around 4 times as high. So she got this. So here's the thing. If the vacation creates antibodies that are supposed to attack things like the bug and pericardial or myocardial inflammation, risk is 4 times as high for the bug. That means if you don't get the bug, your body may mimic what the bug is doing, and you'll be at 4 times the risk. 4 times the risk of pericardial or myocardial inflammation, according to this article. Let's go back. So we go back and it says here, Facebook. All right. So this is just her Instagram post mirrored on Facebook. This website called the Vid World has January 18th. So yesterday they posted this. Right. News-in24 has published this. And Euro Weekly News has published this. Now, let me know when you guys have heard of any of these websites. Tigerdroppings.com. timeshub.in. The Gateway Pundit. Now, we've heard of that. They've published this. Let's go to page 2. So a whole bunch of nondescript websites. Let's hit the news tab, and then we see all the people reporting on this, or all the publications reporting on this. Let's take out pericarditis from the search and see what pops up. Okay, this is the news tab you see here. Let's go to all, and you see some of the same things here. Where's Don Lemon? Where's CNN? I thought y'all cared about black women. Where's the feminists? Where's feminism? Where's ESPN on this? Sports Illustrated? Where are they on this? Why haven't they reported on this? MSNBC, NBC. Where is the reporting on Sarah Acho and her Instagram post? You know who will be reporting on this? I'll bring it up on the screen in a second. Hold on. who will be covering this. Whoops. Let me see if hold on. Okay, it's not scheduled yet, but I need y'all to go over, subscribe to Men of Order. Men of Order will be covering that tonight. They will be covering that Sarah Acho story extensively, so we will cover it. We may even cover it on menoforder.com, the actual website, under sports. Oh, breaking news. I had this awesome interview right here. Hold on, you guys can't see my Men of Order DMs. It's proprietary information. Next podcast episode features Hotep Jesus. This gentleman here, he did a documentary on circumcision. It's on Netflix. Brendan Murata, and he interviewed me a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago, or something like that. I think it was 2 weeks ago. Awesome interview. I had a lot of fun. That was a really great talk. So look out for that. We have individuals already tagging Sonny Johnson. Sonny Johnson, you need to join Hotep Jesus on January 28th, please. Yes, sir. So, going back. Okay. So, Don Lemon is talking about the greater good and all this stuff, and the left has been talking about women and women's rights, but yet, what do we see? We see Sarah Acho suffering. What else do we see? We see these young ladies suffering.
To attend school.
Look at them sitting on the ground. Look at them quarantined up. Wait, pause. Quarantined up, sitting on the ground, no chairs, no nothing. Get them some water or something, please. This is what socialism and communism looks like. This is what it looks like. Matter of fact, let's get some of that on the screen. Let's get some of that good. Let's remind the people of what this looks like. Let's put this on the screen. There you are. Some wonderful gulags. That's what we got coming. Work camps. You don't like the rules, you get work camps. Right? They round you up. Let's put this image on the screen. Oh, no. Sorry. It's too small. Here we go. Here's a good one. Why is the image so small? And I want you to see. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. See that? That's you when socialists run your country. That's what you look like. Says group of prisoners in Sakhalin remote prison island. That's what you look like. That's what they want. They want you grouped up and quarantined. Concentration camps. Exclude these people from society. Round them up. That's what happens when you let Democrats run your country. You let Democrats run your country, you basically say, hey, look, I don't want to be free. People, we have to stop running around telling people democracy is good. Democracy is not good. Democracy is mob rule. We have to stop saying that America's a democracy. We are a democratic republic. You have to say both of those things. If both the bug, Kansas Cam, thank you. He said if both the bug and the vacation carry a risk of myocarditis and pericarditis, why the fuck would a young healthy person assume both risks? Why the fuck would I? Exactly. Yeah, you know, if you want to have certain populations go out and get a vacation because you feel they are at risk or whatever it is, by all means. But, you know, these athletes, I don't think that makes sense. John Allen says, parents, get your kids the F out of public schools. Yeah. Absolutely. Homeschool America. You know what time it is. Let me throw that up on your screen one more again. Hotep Nation is dedicated to homeschooling America. Oh, we just got another donor. Appreciate you. Now raised over, wow, we're at 2,600. They must have dropped like 100 beans. Appreciate you, man. That's love right there. This is how we change America right here. Wait till you see how big this program gets. This program's going to be amazingly huge. It's going to be, I know the left won't cover it, but that's fine. But it'll be covered right here. And you guys will cover it, and you guys will tell friends and family, and it'll be nationwide. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. And with all your help, we'll have chapters across the nation. Chapters across the nation. Volunteers helping disseminate information and bring people in, but that's what we're all about. He stay jacking me. This fool stay jacking me, man. I got him blocked though. If you see it there, he says if you see he, him, basically if you see pronouns in the bio, it's a red flag. I had to block him because he did some egregious things. Some of you like this guy. I blocked him, but he's a thief. He steals all my takes, and like he's just like I really feel like they made him in Langley to like try and replace me, but he's like a Hotep Jesus light. And thank you, Jev, for saying Hotep Jesus said it first. Yes, everybody bites off the Hoteps. That's just what they do. They try to steal my takes. Mateo said, HJ North Philly coming at you. What up, North Philly? These people love to steal our takes. These people are just Hotep lights. But yeah, that's a red flag. Favorite sports team in the bio is a red flag. Pronouns in the bio is a red flag. BLM in a white person's or a black person's bio is a red flag. There's a lot of red flags to an account. I know a lot of people a lot of you guys like that dude, but I'm just here to tell you he's uber grifter. Anyway. Let's move on. So again, Sarah Acho, prayers go out to Sarah Acho. We appreciate you and your hard work, and we appreciate you being honest and coming out and telling us about, you know, your issues. And speaking up. It took a lot of bravery, especially when the left is waiting to attack anybody who goes against the narrative, the popular narrative, or their popular narrative. So we appreciate you for speaking out. It's total bravery. Let's do one more time. Oh wow. So as you know, as we close out the show, we check the trending topics one more time just to be up to date. Voting rights is still there. Dolly, boycott Starbucks is up. Uh-oh. Looks like Starbucks has suspended the vacation and test requirement after the U.S. court ruling. So if you watched yesterday, you know that Apple and Carhartt said, you know, screw the U.S. court ruling, screw SCOTUS. You guys still need to go get jabbed up, and if not, tested. But Starbucks has chosen otherwise. Let's dive in right here. It says Starbucks suspends vacation test requirement after U.S. court ruling. Starbucks suspended, It had been mandated by the government, according to, I don't know if this had ever been mandated by the government. This was never mandated by the government that I know, at least not lawfully or legally. The coffee giant had said earlier this month it would require its employees to be fully vacationed. But the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Joe Biden administration's mandate, ruling that the policy overstepped executive authority. Thank you, SCOTUS. Starbucks Chief Operating Officer, CEO, John Culver, said, "We respect the court's ruling and will comply." Shout out to Starbucks. I thought I was going to have to go in there and get me another cup. Another free cup. The move follows a similar decision from industrial conglomerate GE. More than 90% of the company's workers have already disclosed their vacation status. So, let's go back to the topics. It looks like people are boycotting. How white folks gonna boycott Starbucks? That don't even make no sense. Y'all know y'all can't boycott no Starbucks. Ain't no way. Let's look at the angry Karens and Kens. Starbucks is going back on their word, announcing they will not require workers to be vacationed and will not require employees making their own food and drinks to have a negative test. They might as well print on their cups, F our customers and their health. What? Oh my God. There are plenty of good reasons not to drink Starbucks. Their product is overpriced and overrated. There are plenty of mom and pop coffee shops reversing their entire policy. So this is what made you want to boycott Starbucks? Boycott Starbucks? You should have been going to the mom and pop coffee shops. Should have been did that. You guys shouldn't have allowed Starbucks to. If anybody lives in a town, small town, small city, whatever it is. Let me make myself big before we go back to this. And you guys start seeing large franchises pop up, you need to immediately organize and talk to your mayor or whoever that is and say, no. Because see, the thing is, the mayor's like, oh, this is amazing because they're going to bring huge tax revenue, right? And this is going to bring lots of money to the town. All right, that may be true. However, you're going to create unemployment. You're going to destroy small business. It'd be different if Starbucks in the town didn't exist and you could have many mom and pop coffee shops and let them compete. If you didn't have a Walmart, if you didn't have a Target, if you didn't have a McDonald's, if you didn't have Wendy's. When we start Hotepistan, there will be no large conglomerates allowed. None. Everything in our town will be mom and pop. And there are places across the United States. I visited a town in California, and I noticed that they had no large corporations there. It was all mom and pop, and I got some of the best food and drink in a while in America. Let's go back. Watching the left call for boycott Starbucks because they dropped the mandate is classic. Let's filter this for people I follow and see what. All right, so it's just Jeff. Okay, no, just Jeff. And some older things. All right, let's go back. This person makes a good point. Boycott Starbucks, people be like, my body, my choice until it no longer benefits them. Why can't they choose to get the vacations if they can choose to get an abortion? Exactly. Okay, here's a halfway decent take. He says Republicans yesterday on Carhartt, boycotting is our legal right as U.S. citizens. Republicans today on Starbucks, boycotting is for traders and hurts the economy. I don't think anybody is saying that. So actually, that's a terrible take. This is one thing that people do. They like to gaslight you and say what your take is, and I don't think that's the take. I think Republicans are just laughing at like, what, you're going to boycott Starbucks? Ha, 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 ha. At least from the takes that we've seen. I think the difference here is Starbucks is following legal and law, and Carhartt is not. Carhartt has chosen to defy SCOTUS. And I kind of just want to apply for a job there, get hired, and then sue their asses. That's kind of like what I want to do. Let's see. This person says, too long didn't read Mass Formation Psychosis. You're welcome. I'm going to have to pick up some Starbucks on the way home. I'm looking for some blue check takes here. I guess they haven't started. Who is this? John Cooper. Starbucks will no longer require. The company said, does this reversal make you? All right, so he's just trying to get some engagement. Oh, Brooklyn Dad Obedient. I guess this is a parody of Brooklyn Dad Defiant. Who is Brooklyn Dad Obedient? That's actually pretty funny. Jabari Judah, thank you. He said that Nigerian guy, they made him in the lab to create Obama. So yeah, right now it just looks like a bunch of Karens. I don't see any blue check takes here. We're waiting for those blue check takes to roll in and see what they're talking about. The evil blue checks. I am not included in that, of course. Ha 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 ha. Let's go back. So that's hilarious. R.I.P. Mac Miller. National Popcorn Day. Wasn't that National Popcorn Day the other day? What the hell's going on? Who's Sadiq? Master remain on in London transport despite end of Plan B, Mayor Sadiq Khan says. So London actually looks like they're going against what Boris said. And it says passengers must continue to wear masks on London's buses, trains, and trams. Mayor Sadiq Khan says. Imagine a dude named Sadiq Khan being the mayor of London. I know that's politically incorrect for me to laugh at, but I just find that hilarious. Earlier, Prime Minister Burnham announced the end of the Plan B restrictions. But Mr. Khan says passengers must continue to don a face covering as a condition of carriage due to the conditioning threat of the Megatron. And they have a 30% unvacationed rate. I'm not sure how the legalities of that will be concerned. So that'll be something to watch. Harry Kane is trending. Maybe he scored or something like that. Let's see this wonderful goal. Ooh, got him. Nice finish. Nice finish off the post. Good job, Harry. Distraction. Defund NPR is trending. Oh, wow. Yes, it's time to defund NPR. Oh, that's an old article. Why do people want to defund NPR now? I know NPR, isn't that funded by taxpayer dollars? I'm totally with that. I was listening to NPR on the radio last year because I just like listening to liberal propaganda to see what they're hitting people with. Where was I the other day? I was out and about and I looked up at the screen and it was just like, oh, get your vacation. It's just like, man, this thing, I feel like I'm in a dystopian future movie, man. Some dystopian sci-fi future movie, because everywhere you look, it's like, get the vacation, turn on the radio, get the vacation, turn on social media, get the vacation, Don Lemon, get the vacation. It's really odd. You know, a movie was really good. Actually, I shouldn't say really good. I would say really entertaining. I wouldn't call it a good movie. I'll put it on the screen here. But I mean, it's just, and I was gonna do a movie review. I think somebody asked me to do a movie review. I probably won't. But this one right here, I'll put it on the screen in just a second and you'll see it. This one right here, if you get a chance, Don't Look Up. Oh, it's just a perfect parody of America. A perfect parody of America and some of the things that we're dealing with, etc., etc. I thought it was genius. They were mocking the presidency and how people react to things. Like, it's the end of the world and people were like posting memes. I thought the movie was quite entertaining and hilarious. The ending also was pretty funny as well. Catches Cam said, if you need good outerwear, Duluth Trading Company. Okay, there you go. They Live is another good one. Yeah, I remember They Live. Wasn't that Roddy Piper? That's a conspiracy theorist classic. Real quick, let me show you something. I did some work yesterday on my it was really weird because so I was using one service. I'm not going to say their name because they just don't deserve the clout, but I was using one email sender service, and I really liked them initially. And then people were complaining, like, I'm not getting your emails. I signed up, I'm not getting your emails. I'm sending it. And it's like, I had a certain amount, I think I had like 4,000 contacts in one list and maybe another 4,000 in another list. But the main list that I was emailing, it was like telling me that they were emailing only like 3,000 people or something like that. And I was just like, yo, I can't use this. I can't use this anymore. So I switched yesterday, and I didn't like the new service I switched to because they were like charging me for sending emails. Like I had like 30,000 emails limit for the month. So then I hit my homie up. Shout out to Dennis. I'll give him some Grift tokens right now. Let's go ahead and put him on the screen. Actually, I'll do two people. I'll feature two people right now. Nabil Aziz. Let me close my DMs before you guys see all the groupies that send me nudes. So here's Nabil Aziz, and I reached out to him. He's a copywriter, very good copywriter out of Dubai. And then there was Dennis, and I'll put Dennis on the screen. There's Dennis, and you can see our DMs right there. You know, we were having a back and forth, and I asked him, you know what email service provider I should use, and he gave me, and I'm not going to tell you the name of it now because, well, I want to make sure I like them before I really give them any clout. But this guy is a email marketer. And anybody knows anything about me, I'm a marketer myself, so I love some of the niche marketers, right? I'm more of a branding marketer than a advertising marketer or a viral marketer. I advocate for branding. So just so anybody knows, my definition of branding, it's an algorithm. It's reputation times consistency to the third power equals branding, right? That's what branding equals. So the things you do over and over again will become your brand. And and your reputation contributes to that as well. So I'm more of a branding person because I feel like when you go viral, if you go viral without a brand, you're basically going to go viral for nothing, right? You need to have some sort of foundation. So when I go on Rogan or I go on Fox, we have the Hotep branding there. So I advocate for branding marketing. But he's an email marketer, and I advocate for email marketing. You know, some of my students, the first thing I tell them, I say, you got an email list? They be like, people still use email? I'm just like, oh my God, do you even know what Amazon does with email? The power behind email. So if you're not doing email marketing, you need a good email marketer. Holla at him. If you need a good copywriter, holla at Nabil. So I reached out to him, and I'll put it on my screen now. And real quick, I seen some people make t-shirts called Think While It's Still Legal. I've been saying Think While It's Still Legal since like 2009. It's been on my website since for a very long time. But I send out a daily mailer. So if you go in here, you can pop in your email address. And hold on, let me see something. I just want to see if you can see that pop-up window. Oh, you can't see it. Cool. So you type in your email address here, and you'll get my daily mailer. Hit the button, get instant access. Obviously my books, right? Hotep Nation gear. This is all featured. The companies that I have equity in are listed here. More interviews, my previous public speaking. I don't have any dates for this year yet. But I'm sure I'll probably do Renegade University weekend again. Hopefully, definitely CME with Donovan Sharp, and hopefully Mises still has me out. And I'll probably do a crypto conference possibly. And then at the bottom here, you can go ahead and again, sign up for my daily emailers. And basically these are mindset emails. I write mindset emails, and basically like tune your mind for success and get you on the right path. To progress for yourself, making yourself, Cassius Cam said, dominate Twitter taught me how to brand. That's why my logo's so dope. Salute to Cassius Cam. But yeah, I write these emails daily, and they're very helpful. They're very motivational. I get responses all the time like, yo, those emails are great. They're really helping me out with life, and they're free. And I'm not charging for these things. So look out for that, and subscribe to my email list. I'll stick around for about 5 minutes here and talk to the chat, and then I'll get out of here. Chat, how y'all doing, man? How are things happening? Any shout outs you got for me? Any questions? Also, I'll do another quick plug. Tonight, I'll be live on my other channel. I'll pop that up here while you guys get your questions prepared. It could be an AMA. You can ask me about anything. So if you go here, Hotep Chess, subscribe to the Hotep channel. My coach Alejandro, International Master, we have chess lessons. And they're really, really good. Especially for the more advanced players. For beginners, I think it'll be very challenging for beginners, but challenging is good. So go check that out. Really super dope. And we'll be live from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight. And then my show with what's the name? With Wendy Yo comes back tonight. Tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We talk relationships, so that'll be really fun. So make sure you subscribe and look out for that show on this channel. Seth Colonel said, HJ, you saw what Governor Murphy did? Oh God, what did he do now? What did he do now? Hold on, I'm gonna bring that back up. Let me just see. He said, how do you decide on your classical music? I don't. I just type in ad-free Mozart and hit the play button. It's like a 2-hour playlist up there. But Mozart is my fave. I've tried Vivaldi. I've tried Beethoven. Beethoven's just a little too drab for me. Vivaldi is cool. I think Vivaldi is more entertaining than Beethoven. But Mozart seems to be my fave. There's this one dude I was listening to, this new cat on Tidal. I can't play it here because of royalties, but maybe I'll give him a shout out. But I just typed in classical music because I need classical music when I work or do certain things, or if I got the baby in the car. What was that? What was this? This guy's name, I think, is this it? Yeah, it's the name of the album is called Crescendo, and it was pretty cool. It's pretty cool listen, man. I really enjoyed it. I can't play it here because I'm sure I'll get some royalty issues or something like that. There's 109 tracks, and this is, I don't know, this is actually, it's just a Crescendo playlist on Tidal. I'm sorry, the playlist is called Crescendo on Tidal, and it's got a whole bunch of different. So I think it's just a playlist I really enjoyed. I'm sorry, I take that back. Reading list coming soon. No, I'm not gonna do a reading list. Read my books. If you read my books, you'll, for example, when you look at when we look at this book here I wrote, The Patriot Report, there's no reason for me to give you a reading list. Get this book. You can get it in digital format or physical. And if you look at the bottom here are sources. Let me put that here. At the bottom here are sources. You see the sources? And there's required reading all throughout my book. And those are the books you need to read. Putting together a reading list is just something I'm not interested in at this moment. I have just way too much work to do outside of that. But if I ever get around to it, maybe I will. But probably I wouldn't look for that in the near future. He said, what's the name of the song? I don't know. It's some Mozart stuff. Def Jewel said Vivaldi is too bright for me. Yeah, I think that's a good word. And we're going to talk about Governor Murphy in a second. Empress Alana said, not receiving confirmation for your new email list. For some reason, I tried it twice and checked the junk box. Did you do that just now, Empress? Please respond. If you did that just now, go to your spam folder, because sometimes they send me to spam. Chopin. Yeah, Chopin is not bad too. I listened to Chopin before. Bach isn't bad either. I've listened to Bach. Actually, I like Bach. Bach is cool. Hotep Book Club. Yeah, sure, I guess. We're so dedicated to homeschooling right now. I don't want to like create a whole bunch of initiatives so we're divided and we're like, oh, I got to pay attention to this, I got to pay attention to that. So it's all about the homeschooling initiative. But I never liked book clubs. Maybe because I was raised an only child and I just do things by myself. But I don't want to read books with other people, mostly because I don't want to read what other people read, and I don't want to read at the pace other people read. I don't want to be forced to read. And the way I work, I might pick up a book, read a chapter, and then 5 minutes later put that book down and then pick up another book. Like I'm reading like 4 or 5 books right now, and it might take me a month or 2 to finish one book because I'm reading 4 or 5 at the same time. So I hate like being forced into a box. So I hate book clubs because I'm just not going to be successful at that. You guys will read the book and you'll be talking, oh, did you read it? And I'm like, nah, I read chapter 1 and I wasn't interested anymore. So I read something else. I got ADD and I'm dyslexic. So it is what it is. Yeah, I like anime. I put my kids on anime. Def Jewel said Discord book channel. Yo, reach out to Hotep Dutch. See if you can set that up. That's a good idea. I know in the Hotep Discord, if you guys donate, hotepnation.com/donate, you'll be invited to our Discord. And then there's people who share books in there all the time. So let's look at Governor Murphy and see what the hell happened with Governor Murphy. Wait, where's my tab? I just had it up. Oh, I remember. Okay, because I pulled something else up on the screen. Yo, Steph, which one of these articles you want me to talk about with Governor Murphy? I see a few things here. So one from the New York Post says, here, let me share my screen. You guys can see what I'm looking at. This is the first time I'm looking at this. Looks like some good news here. It says NJ drops the vid test option for healthcare workers. Must be, oh wow. All New Jersey healthcare workers will now need to be fully vacationed. Oh, whoa. Oh my God. And receive their booster or risk being fired. Murphy said that the current rule that allows unvacationed workers to undergo weekly testing will be dropped. He said, we are no longer going to look at, I told you I'm dyslexic. We are no longer going to look past those who continue to put their colleagues, and perhaps, I think even more importantly, those who are their responsibility in danger of the bug. That has to stop, the Democratic governor said at a press conference. Testing out will no longer be an option. It is a reversal of the executive order Murphy signed in September last year that gave workers in these settings the option to undergo weekly testing. So he's going against his own executive order. Oh, these people are the worst, man. Under the new order, healthcare workers have until Jan 27. That's when the Griftees drop, by the way. Griftees drop January 27th. To get their first dose, it must be fully vacationed by the 28th. And I think this is the same date that Carhartt and Apple had in their mandates. Let me see. No, theirs is the 15th. I'm sorry. I knew it was February. So theirs is the 15th. This is the 28th. The new vacation order also applies to those who work in high-risk congregate settings, including long-term care homes and correctional facilities. Wow. Wow. Correctional facilities. Those who work in such places, including nursing homes and prisons, have been given a February 16th deadline to receive their first vacation and complete their booster by March 30th. The healthcare workers who have already been vacationed will have until the 28th to receive a booster while fully vacationed. Exemptions to the new order can only be made for those with medical conditions or deeply held. How do you even judge that? Deeply held. Deeply held religious beliefs. See, this is why I feel like we have to be careful how we operate as a people. And this is kind of like why I like the Moorish community, because when they say deeply held, right? Like, how do you measure that? Now, if you wear a dashiki or burqa or a fez like the Moors do, then, well, yeah, sure, you could probably fall into that category. But if you're walking around, just wearing the normal European drab, the Western world drab, can you really say you have deeply held religious beliefs? Now, if you're walking around in a robe 24/7 or a black suit, then yeah, you can say, hey, yeah, I have deeply held religious beliefs. This is why I really feel like, especially the women, start wrapping their hair up like they used to. Back in the day, women used to wear the little bonnet over their head, You can do a lot to look religious, be religious. The Bible even says a woman's supposed to keep her hair covered. And I remember at a point, men would wear hats when they left the house, because it was seen as a sign of respect to not have your head all out in public. So maybe there's some sort of, I know the Orthodox community where these, if you're married, you got this big old furry hat that they wear. I forget what they call it. And the single men wear the black hat. But we need to have uniforms out here to protect us. But, so again, how do you measure being, having deeply held religious views? I don't know how you would. It says right here, deeply held religious views. Hold on, let me check on the chat. My spider senses are tingling. James, thank you. He says, if they can beat me in a race, I'll go on vacation. Nesby said, went to my doctor. His nurse practitioner was trying hard to convince me to get the juice. I was like, no. Then I told the doctor no. He didn't fight me on it. Screw the juice. They know better. Man, I went to the doctor with my daughter, the newborn baby, and they was trying to talk to me about that shit. I ran circles around that lady. She was sick. She was sick of me by the time I got done. We left up out of there. We got a new doctor. Hotep Jesus said they give you a problem just to give you a solution. Indeed. That's exactly what they do. And they make money off of it. It wasn't immediately clear how many workers. Oh, by the way, if anybody has, if anybody needs some religious exemption forms, Samantha has some. I actually have a copy of her stuff, so you can either get it from me or her. I may set up an autoresponder just for that with the same documents that she sent and give her credit for doing that. But Samantha, hold on, let me show you who I'm talking about here. And I invited her to come on the platform, but she completely ignored me. I don't know why. Maybe she's scared. She's scared. She's scared of Hotep. She's scared. So Samantha here, some of you know her, but I believe she has somewhere you can like sign up. She's got a donation page here too. I don't know what her cause is, but yeah. So at some point she was giving out religious exemption forms. So I have a copy of those. I mean, I might set up an autoresponder just so you guys can get those. But yeah, I think that's super important. So you guys need those. We'll get those to you. Just hit us up. It said it wasn't immediately clear how many workers the new order would affect. About 80% of employees in long-term care homes have already been vacationed, but only 44% have received their booster shot. The latest data show this is a target on the black community. I'm gonna tell that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Especially, you know, I've had my aunt, grandma, grandpa. A lot of people in my family have been in hospice or nursing homes, etc. And I mean, I've never been in a nursing home where the majority of workers that were not doctors, they were all black. They were all black, mostly women, but they were all black people. This is a target on the black community. This is literally an attack on the black community. They're like, oh, you don't want to get it? Well, we'll do it through your job. We'll get you through your job. Remove all types of autonomy for your body. They'll make decisions for your body. It's no longer your body, your choice. It's the state's body and the state's choice. You just go along with it. What up, Mike Wallace? He said, Hotep, I want to share my site. Can I email to you? Why don't you just super chat it, bro? Come on, man. Don't try to free grift. Don't try to free grift. Drop a super chat and put your .com in there. Drop a super chat, put your .com in there, and I'll pull it up. But you got to pay to play, man. You got to pay to play. This is capitalism over here, man. We don't do socialism. State cannot define any official religion. Makes no sense. They out of bounds of this nonsense. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you take it to court, you can win. But how many people have the money to take this to court to find an attorney that will even fight this? You have to fight this on your own. You have to get the case law to fight this on your own if you don't have the funds. And good luck with that. I would fight it though. But in the meantime, while you don't have a job, how do you live? How do you live? He said, facts, CNAs. Yeah, all those black women that went out and became CNAs, they're subject to all of this. Jabari, thank you. He said, only thing about NJ, you just need to have a handwritten letter with the parent signature for our religious exemption. No notary from a religious leader or scripture assessment. Okay. This whole, Waldemar says, this whole operation is to ensure one group's gene pool over other groups. Oh, whoa. Damn. You want to come host the show? Because that's one hell of a take. Oh my God. Whoa. He took me right here. That's where he took me on that one. Man. Real quick, somebody else just shared it out. Spencer J, thank you, bro. Somebody's gonna ask me, did I see the Boris Johnson? I'm gonna respond to him right now. Did I see it? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I'm live. What are you people doing? You're not on my YouTube channel? What are you doing? What are you guys doing? You're tagging me in stuff that I'm covering live right now. Wake up, people. Wake up. Wake up, man. Hold on, let me do one more cursory look over the trending topics real fast, and we're gonna get out of here. Dejia scored. Somebody else died. Looks like Marty Roberts died. I don't see the oh, they want NPR and PBS. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna be government run, don't be like so one-sided, man. Well, I guess they are because they're run by the state. Montoya, thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I I'm about to head out of here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Love y'all. Hotep and Bill.